So yes, good afternoon, or whenever you're watching this, hello there. I hope though, once I've uploaded this, you're watching it pretty soon after, because in the UK, coming up very soon, it is Father's Day. And of course, you might be thinking of getting him a gift, whether that's some beer, whether that's some slippers, or a nice shirt, or something along those lines. Of course, though, we are thinking about fragrances, and maybe a fragrance you could gift your dad for Father's Day. Now, of course, I've always spoken about how my dad absolutely loved Aramis. I believe we might have bought him Aramis before, but we've certainly bought him plenty of phrases in the past. And I kind of want to go through a range of phrases I would recommend to get your dad if you're considering getting a fragrance for Father's Day. Now, of course, all dads are different. You might have that sporty dad. My dad's pretty sporty. You might have that one that just loves going to the pub, isn't worried about doing any exercise at all. And of course, those two different walks of life, they may be suited to different fragrances. So we're going to kind of go through a range of different scents for that sporty dad, for the one that loves to go to the pub, for the one that just likes staying at home, all those sorts of things. So yeah, we're going to go through that as I do my walks. Now I do have to apologise, it is extremely windy, so I'm hoping you'll be able to hear me. I'll try and talk as quickly and clearly as I can, but we're going to start then with round one, which is kind of the dad that's the all-round. So he's the person that really just enjoys the simple things in life, whether that's, going to the pub with his mate, going on holiday with his family. He enjoys his job, he enjoys his life, he just enjoys those simple things. He goes to the gym, all those everyday things that most people do like to do. And the first fragrance we're going to go for a high-end one, and then also more of a cheapy, everyday, affordable fragrance. But the first one is going to be Bond Number 9's Bleecker Street. Now I do like the bottle with this one first of all, which I think is a great gift idea. It's this kind of vibrant green, it's almost like a lime green, neon green and purple combination. I think it's great. They're very flashy, Bond Number 9 fragrances. It is expensive though, 50ml on the Tino, it's going to cost you £121. But it's fantastic. It's fantastic for all seasons. Look, there's some unique notes in it. It's got a bit of thyme, it's got a bit of blueberry. But I think the main thing with this fragrance is that oak moss. It kind of gives you this fougere barbershop vibe, a nice clean green scent. It's not too aggressive, it's actually unisex. So yeah, don't think of this as a real alpha male scent. It's just very clean, fresh out the shower, it's great. But because of the quality of the fragrance as well and the quality of the oils, you can certainly dress this one up as well. So it's safe for the office, it's safe for taking on holiday, again, just coming fresh out the shower, formal occasions, rock it wherever you want to. And that's why it's really good. If you only had this one fragrance, you could do all those jobs. So while £120 seems expensive, if you only had that one in your collection, it'll get you through pretty much any situation. But if you wanted something a little bit more affordable for Father's Day, I'm going to recommend Paco Rabanne Pour On. My dad's currently actually got this one in his gym bag, and it's great. It basically just smells like a luxury soap. It is an old school fragrance, but it's great. Again, all those situations where you just want to feel clean, and it can be worn casually, but because of that element of luxury, again, that nice clean soapy vibe, if you want to wear this with a smart shirt for like a wedding or a nice meal out with the family, it's great. And it's a really good present. What I do like as well with this one, completely sort of off topic to it doesn't have like a lid. The actual fragrance kind of it's built in the lid essentially to the actual atomizer, and it looks really nice. It's a nice classy bottle, and it's been around a long time because it's very popular. Clean, fougere, barbershop, any fragrances with oak moss in, I think add a lot of versatility, and that's good for the dad that is the all-rounder. Okay, so on to the second type of dad. Now this is the one that wants to kind of be down with the kids, but he isn't. He tries his best, he tries to do all those really funny jokes, but he's a little bit unfunny. But you can't dislike him, he's a very lovable person, and he is a bit more the life and soul of the party. Now the one I'm actually going to first of all recommend here is Boss Bottled Oud. Now my dad actually did have this one again, and I remember him wearing it actually on a holiday years ago, and it's not the most natural oud in the world, but the combination with the rose, it's much more wearable. It's much more wearable for a younger person as well, and it's nice to see a well-known designer brand. Boss Bottled, of course, is a very popular line. Actually go and use oud and put it in one of their fragrances, and that's why I've chosen it here. The dad that thinks, oh, I've got a Boss Bottled, he's probably picked the one fragrance in that Boss Bottled line that most young people wouldn't choose, obviously Boss Bottled Oud being that type of scent. And then the other one that I think is really good, it's a little bit more affordable, is Versace Blue Jeans. Look, I really like this one. I really like the opening with this. I like the bottle again, it's a bit more flashy, which a younger person might also appreciate as well. I like the tin that it comes in. But I've had this one, it was one of the first fragrances I bought, and it's got this nice bright citrus opening, and then it kind of has a bit more of a smoky dry down. And yeah, again, it's one of those scents, you only get it in 75ml bottles, but once you've finished it, you almost want to keep the bottle as well. It's got that kind of youthful vibe still about it when you look at it as an appearance. Versace is quite bold and brash, and yeah, I think your dad who does feel like he's down with the kids, even though this is an old school scent these days. Yeah, he probably thinks he's got something more youthful, because let's be honest, Versace Eros is a very popular clubbing fragrance for a lot of young people. But yeah, he's bought the wrong one. He's bought Blue Jean, but it's a good gift anyway if you want to get it for him. The third type of dad we're going for is the strict one, that strict older parent that's, yeah, look, he's a very respectable gentleman, but he might be a little bit more stuck in his ways. I remember my dad years ago was certainly more strict than me, whether that was, expectation of getting good grades at school, or, in a sporting sense, when I played a lot of darts, he'd expect a lot from me, expect me to deal with the pressure a bit better, just roll your sleeves up and get on with it, that type of father, essentially. So the first one we're going to go for is Creed Viking. I tend to find Creed fragrances in general do tend to be more suited to an older gentleman, and they're not that playful, even Creed Aventus, it's a nice pineapple scent, but it does have those smoky undertones from the bird, which makes it more serious, more refined, more grown up. But Creed Viking for me, which isn't actually that old a release, I believe it was 2017, is a very serious scent. It's got a bit of peppermint in there, it's definitely got a spiciness about it, pink pepper as well. But it's all about that vetiver. It gives it that clean green vibe. And again, I've got a clone of this one at the moment. I think it's the S283. I really like it, but it was one of those at first I wasn't sure I was going to like it as much as I did. It is serious. It's one more for those of you that do like your fragrances. I think that you'll really appreciate it. And it's definitely suited more to an older gentleman who's, kind of wears smart casual or more serious formal clothing most of the time. Maybe doesn't go out, he's not a clubbing type of person. And then the cheaper one is Davidoff Zeno. This is all about the note of sandalwood. Now, Creed Viking has sandalwood in, but Davidoff Zeno is all about sandalwood for me. It's a really, really interesting fragrance, and I think it must have a bit of patchouli in there as well. But even if you see the bottle of it, it's kind of got this yellow lid and black bottle, but it's great. It looks serious, it looks old, and it is, but it's still very wearable. If you like the note of sandalwood, definitely recommend trying this one. It's interesting. I can imagine a librarian wearing this, which I suppose does sound like a strict dad, but yeah, very interesting gift, and certainly got some uniqueness about it. On to the fourth type of dad, and this is the sporty dad, the one that has a gym membership. He might have a golf membership, a membership at a tennis club, all sorts of things. What fragrances would I recommend for them? Well, first one is Chanel Allure Homme Sport. Came out in 2004, 100ml, sort of an average price, it looks around £80 to £100, so it is quite expensive. But it's not just a boring sport fragrance, this one, not at all. You've got this kind of orange vanilla combination, which I really enjoy. I always think it's never going to work, but it does have this nice creaminess to that kind of more fresh vibe that this scent is really all about. You've got musk in there, you've got C notes, you've got aldehydes, so it is still very much a clean fragrance with a little bit more complexity, a little bit more depth, and that's why it's done really well. And then the other one, the cheap fragrance I'd recommend, it's a bit more of an old school scent, which you may appreciate, and it's just the original Davidoff Cool Water. This is kind of like I always say it's like a deep sea fragrance. There's a really nice green aromatic vibe to this one. It's very fresh, it's very uplifting, perfect thrown in your gym bag. What I like with this one, you've got plenty of versatility with bottle sizes as well. So if you just wanted to get like a little 40ml to throw in your gym bag, or if you wanted to get 125ml for something that he wants to spray, more for all the time, maybe if he's on holiday or something, you can really get that with Cool Water, and it's very much readily available. Came out, I believe, 1988. It still smells very modern to me. I really like it, and it's a very good gift. If anyone got me that, I'd be happy. Don't know if you can see that black cloud behind me is looking very ominous, so I think it might be time to do the last round and the fifth type of dad that you might have, and this is the pub dad, the one that literally after work on a Friday night is just desperate to get down to the pub, see a few of his mates, maybe play a bit of pool, bit of darts, and just have a good time, maybe even watch a bit of football if it's on. Now, I love my boozy fragrances, they are my absolute favourites, and I was going to try and think outside the box with this round, but to be honest, I think I've got to go for my old favourites here because they are so good, and I haven't mentioned them too much in recent times. So the expensive one is Nasonato Baronda. Again, it's not a very well-known fragrance, it's not particularly popular, I don't think, but the whiskey caramel note in this, the accord of whiskey, is the most realistic I've ever smelled in any fragrance. It is so, so good. So if you're someone who does like those sweet boozy scents, you've got to try this one. Now, the only thing that lets this down is it is an extrait, so it's pure perfume essentially. It's only a 30ml bottle, and it is a little bit steep in terms of price, so kind of look around for this one. If you get it for sort of around 80 to 100, 110 pounds, I think it's more than worth it, because it was the first fragrance I ever smelled in Harrods actually, and it was an instant love. It's in my top 5 of all time. It's that good. It's such a realistic boozy scent. And of course the cheapie, and it's still around, it's still very popular. This is the worst kept secret,
Of course, it's Bentley Ferment Intense. The rum and the resins in this, it's so nice. It's kind of got this sparkling boozy accord that smells well above the price you're paying. You know, otherwise it's £25. It's probably worth at least £60 to £80 in my opinion. And again, you can get it online. I've seen it in shops before, but it's not that easy to find on your high street. Go for it. If they've never tried this one, this is a really, really good one to try. It's got real compliment getting ability as well. My brother's had so many compliments on this one, and it just feels perfect for those pub environments. It does have that nice sparkling boozy scent, and yeah, it's very, very good. Yes, that is it for today, and I have managed to recommend 10 different fragrances, some quite expensive, some a little bit more affordable, which I think are great for getting your dad on Father's Day, but not just Father's Day, whether it could be a birthday, it could be I don't know, an anniversary gift or anything along those lines, Christmas time. I think these scents will be great, but there's many out there, and it's, you know, there's some really popular old school ones. I tried not to include them today. Obviously Aramis, Guerlain Habit Rouge, I know my dad's a big fan of, Mugler Amen, some that have all come out before, you know, the 2000s, and yeah, there's some really, really good ones. But don't also forget, some of the modern scents are fantastic as well. I know my dad likes Rhubarb Éclat by Hermes, which is a nice strong fruity fragrance, so it's not always having to be so stereotypical. We are quite stereotypical. We always think an older gentleman, I do it as well in my reviews, would always like those strong leather old school scents, but actually there's many different phrases out there with many different smells, and I'm sure there's some that you wear that you think don't really suit my personality, but you still love them all the same. I know Aramis is certainly one for me. Wearing sporty clothing a lot of the time doesn't feel like the sort of person to wear Aramis, but I like it, I appreciate it, and I even appreciate dupe. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this one today. Please let me know what fragrances you've tried before, or you've bought for your parents before, even mum or dad. And yeah, what their opinion was of it as well, because I'm always on the lookout for trying more fragrances. I think even if you bought 100 a year, there's about another 300 that come out all the time, and yeah, I'd be very interested to know what your recommendations are, so let me know. Thanks for watching, I'll catch you later.